What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another DC Heroes and Villains video. Okay, guys, something to talk about. A lot of people have been asking questions, so we did some testing and I have some information to give you, and that is going to be none other than factions. So let's talk about factions, right? There are quite a few of them, and this video is going to really cover, are factions worth going for completely, or is it better to set up a synergy? And I'll explain the reasons why and how it works. Okay, so first off, factions. If you click on your filter over here, you can see all the factions are labeled right here, starting with the Amazonians, which you can click on and it'll actually give you all the factions. Now you can tell right away with the factions who belongs in it by the filter, okay? So you don't have to go searching for all of them, just filter it. So for example, Amazonians, absolutely garbage. You got a lot of 2 stars here, a 3 star and a 4 star. So that's going to be one that you don't even want to use at all. Just separate them and keep them separate, okay? Arkham's Most Wanted, one of the best factions in the game, so more widely known as AMW, right? So once I click on it, I'll do it for you. Just give me a sec here. Sorry. Here we go. This here is a huge faction for a lot of people, and I want to talk about this real quick, okay? Because there's them, who's the villain side as the biggest faction, and then we have, of course, the Justice League. Where is it? Justice League. There you go. Right, as the next biggest faction. Now, again, very good units in here for the most part. Some of them, though, not the greatest. Most of them are pretty top tier. So the question always becomes 2 things. Number 1, and I want to talk about this because it's very important, right, guys? Like, this is a really good team as well, by the way, just so everyone's aware. The Legion of Doom is not to be mistaken for the Wrestlers. Is a really good team. Now, let's just use them for an example, okay? If you click on the portrait here on the top left, you can see here the villain and the actual faction that they belong to. Now, I want to really mention this quickly to you guys. This here only applies to them. Only applies to them. How do I know this? Because I did some testing. So I'm going to show you guys my testing real quick. So let me show you real quick here how it works. So I'm going to go to the main channel. I went ahead and took some screenshots. Here we go. And I explained it to the main Discord how it works. So here's a picture of Riddler, okay, without any factions. You can see he's by himself, right? Then here's a picture of Riddler with Poison Ivy, who is, in fact, in the Arkham's Most Wanted, AMW. And you can see here, he actually got a 3% buff in attack and defense, so it actually does show in the portrait. Now, if you look down, I took another picture with Amanda Waller in the team, who's not part of the faction, and she, in fact, does not inherit the buffs. So the question becomes, is it worthwhile maximizing a full faction versus setting up a proper synergy? Let me explain it to you guys this way. If you went with a full faction, right, you'll get yourself a total maximum here, let me go back to the game, of 12% extra bonuses. If you chose 3 of the best or 4 of the best units in this case, you'll get yourself 9%. That extra 3% should be replaced, guys, by a better buffing unit. So let's just go back to what I was talking about before with Amanda Waller. Let's talk about Amanda Waller again, because she seems to be something I talk about quite a bit, and there's a reason why behind it, right? So if you went for the 3%, right, let's just build this team together right now. We'll go ahead and do this team. So let's do this challenge. So let's go villain team. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and build this team up for you guys. So let's just say I decided I want to go with Cersei, and I want to go with another Legion of Doom character. Let's say Cheetah. Okay. You guys can see here I get the 6% bonus. Not a bonus, not a bonus. But why does this not matter? Well, because the extra 6% bonus that I'm going to get is going to be overshadowed drastically by someone who does a good buff. So Amanda Waller, for example, gives 6 turns at my level currently. At your level, it will be 3 turns or 4 turns, depending where you are with her. She gives 33% attack and 33% crit rate bonus, which is way better than the 12%, right? So, or the extra 6%. Even though it is 3 turns, you can build it up. She does an attack, and she also provides you those buffs and a heal over time on herself. So the answer to your question is it worth building a full roster of faction units? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I can tell you guys why here. For example, Firefly is very situational. He's good against a lot of units that are on the screen. So challenges, for example, right? The problem with him is he requires a lot of debuffs and buffs to really function. And really, these guys don't give a lot of that to him, right? So making him kind of the odd man out in this group. So you take him out, you replace him with someone better that gives you the 4 buff here, because you have a tank, you have a healer, you have a controller for the board, and you have an AoE DPS. All you need now is a better buffer. So again, Amanda Waller, anyone else, Cersei, you name it. And with the barrier, Blue Beetle, whatever the case may be. You toss them in there and you let them be your buffer, right? Even Grav Spinner would be good in here, right? So if you look also, not a lot of these units here, like look at these factions, are fairly good. Like they're mostly useless. Look at the Batman's on his own. Of course he is. Birds of Prey, like you've got Catwoman and Huntress. Like just take a look at it, right? Inmates, you got 3 stars and 2 stars. So these factions are not worth it because number one, there isn't any good factions out there outside the 2 I mentioned. Maybe Teen Titans gets away with it, right? Because if you look at Gotham Criminals even, it's like Goons and Two-Face. Intergang is Grav Spinner. Justice League we talked about already. Legion of Doom, actually sorry, Legion of Doom is really good. So we got 3 good, maybe 4 good factions. So Outsiders sucks. They're not bad. They're actually not bad at all. This is actually a pretty good one too. So Secret Society of Supervillains is not bad. So let's say 4. So let's count them from the beginning. Arkham's Most Wanted, Legion of Doom, Justice League, so that's 3. Secret Society of Supervillains, that's 4. Suicide Squad actually isn't bad either. Let's look at Suicide Squad. They're not bad at all. So this is, let's say 5. So 6 main factions. But again, each faction really does have an odd man out. For example, great 3 units, like Robin's garbage. Remove them. Put in 2 better units, right? And remember, you can put 2 factions together. Yes, they don't affect each other, but they still affect the units that are in there. So for example, you can put 2 Suicide Squad, 3 Teen Titans, right? And that works better. So keep in mind, guys, the synergy matters way, way more than the extra bonus, because the buffers that you add will give you a way higher percentage than the buff that you get from the factional. And even though it is a turn-based buff, you can still apply it more than once in battle, and it'll still do you more than these factions would, okay? So please, guys, keep that in mind. So the top factions, again, I'm going to name, there's 6 of them. It's going to be Arkham's Most Wanted. I almost said America's Most Wanted because of Tupac and Snoop. Really weird that I keep thinking about that song today. I got to go and listen to it later. So we got Arkham's Most Wanted. We have Justice League. We have Legion of Doom. We have Secret Society of Supervillains, Suicide Squad, and Teen Titans. Okay, the rest of them are fairly garbage. Avoid them. They're not worth it. Just make a better synergy team than focusing on too many factions. All right, guys, this is Payne. I hope the video helped. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.